Yeah. Anyway, but
It's
yeah.
a really big problem. So a lot of us end up relying on privately owned food and drink establishments for our bathroom needs.
Do you guys have a bathroom, any chance? No bathroom.
And the public bathrooms that do exist aren't,
So the
Awesome.
inside of this stall is not great.
Despite having the world's third largest population and the world's largest economy, the United States is all the way down here, tied with Botswana, Poland, and a few others for having about 8 public bathrooms per 100,000 people.
What message would you
my
want to
God.
give
I did not
about
know
New York City's
this.
public bathroom situation?
It sucks. Don't come here if you have to piss. So
Given how much we rely on private businesses for toilets, access to their bathrooms isn't guaranteed, especially if you're not a paying customer.
America,
or if you don't look
baby.
a certain way.
2 black men sitting at a table inside this Starbucks and arrested.
So why is it that America lags so far behind so much of the world when it comes to public bathrooms? And what, if anything, is being done to change that? I went deep inside America's toilets
We've inhaled a lot of urine today.
and its local governments.
This represents a failure of government and a failure of will.
Oh, that's
To
good.
get to the bottom of this,
Apparently, there was a massive dump that was taken.
of the top
Okay,
What
eat,
about-
eat this with Yara as you're like talking about shit is kind of an odd way to get started on this conversation.
Well, it makes sense. He's into food. He's into
third largest
shitting.
cities in America.
What about
New
malls?
York, the
You
city
got
I live in,
toilets
ranks
there. That's
93rd in
normal.
terms of
You do have toilets and malls, yes.
Yeah, okay.
But like again,
But if you're
it's not
homeless, you
public.
can't go in there.
It's not. That's private property.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. Is like in America we have no fucking social safety nets. We have no social amenities that other normal countries actually offer. So everything is like relegated to private spaces.
We've got the biggest flex of social amenities. Every single park has a barbecue in it. A
And a
public barbecue.
toilet and a public barbecue.
Amy, fucking putting
crazy.
shrimps on the fucking barbie.
It's a right. It's a right of being an
Yeah.
Australian citizen.
Enshrined in the fucking Aussie Constitution
Take
is
our
a
barbecues
right.
away.
You're trying to take our fucking barbies away, mate.
To be fair though, I have
Public
seen
bathrooms
a
per
shit
capita.
on a public
So that's where-
barbecue.
Yeah, hot shit. I love that game. No, I'm joking. It's not real.
Yeah, now we know who dealt
Hot
it.
shit,
dude.
hot shit.
Nasty motherfucker. It prawns you reprobate. Yeah, fucking nice hot steamy shit on a barbie.
Oh, there's nothing.
Throw another shit on the bar.
our story starts. We headed to Washington
on,
Square
it's
Park
not
to ask
normal.
New Yorkers what they thought of their city's public bathroom situation.
What is your view on New York City's public bathrooms?
It sucks.
They're bad. Terrible.
They're dirty.
They're nasty.
They're absolutely.
Someone tried to say Turkey has 1 for 100,000. Yeah, bro, it's an infinitely poorer country. Like, what do you mean? That's not the flex you think it is. This is America, the wealthiest nation on the planet, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, no shit, dude. That's crazy. Dude, you know in Liberia, there's only 1 public bathroom for 100,000 people, and like some of the areas don't have fucking working sewage systems. It's like, wow, that's crazy, man. Yeah, America, better in comparison.
Disgusting.
I think they're gross and will try to hold it for as long as I can until I reach a point of like, oh God, I'm gonna die.
Do you think there's enough of them?
What about train stations?
Not enough of them.
Quantity,
Nasty as a motherfucker, unusable.
Really?
Yeah, New York has at least that, but like even then, it is fucking awful, dude. Absolutely fucking unacceptably bad.
Well,
Yes, you see some impressive stuff in public toilets. To be
I
fair.
don't think there's
Like,
enough.
pooing in all sorts of creative ways.
non-existent.
There's not a lot of like actual functioning, like safe, usable public restrooms.
And the ones that do exist are usually really dirty.
What are you up to?
We're making a documentary about public bathrooms in New York.
I think that they should be kept very clean so they don't catch any dangerous diseases.
so true.
Excellent point.
There's a lack of thought to those with disabilities.
Yeah.
It's not very accessible to those in need.
I've been homeless, on and off since 2014.
Have you ever been denied access to a public bathroom in New
Dude's
York City?
hot.
I've been shirtless and sockless for the past week or two now, and no shirt, no shoes, no service.
What's your go-to bathroom?
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I'll probably try to find a Starbucks.
McDonald's.
I'm gonna look for
Fools. Everyone knows if you're in a pinch, okay, if you're in a bind, let's say you need to take a shit, okay? I'll tell you what. Hotels, undefeated, okay? Hotels always have clean bathrooms in the lobby If you need the fucking, oh God, why am I revealing this information?
You just gotta look like you're meant to be there, though.
32,000 people. No, they don't fucking know any better. You could just like walk in if you have the pizzazz, if you have the charisma, and just walk straight to the fucking reception and go, hey, where's the bathroom in the lobby? They will point you in that direction.
Yeah. You gotta not be homeless though.
Yeah, that's it. You gotta be dressed slightly nice.
Oh fuck! I shouldn't have said that. Some hotels have keypads and they won't let you use them without buying.
I find the barbershop one hilarious. You're gonna get a haircut in order to poo.
Yeah,
it's great. Maybe they can do it on the toilet seat.
For a barbershop or a salon.
You can also get free drinks in the hotel too. Usually, like coffee, tea, maybe like a bagel or whatever, depending on the hotel.
A public bathroom horror story?
I remember like New Year's Eve.
I was in Central Park.
I was like on the subway. I really had to go.
Could not find a bathroom anywhere.
And I needed really to use the bathroom, and you know how hard it is like to get after midnight.
What did you do?
I was like,
I came off the subway and I'm like, okay, the first restaurant, I'm just gonna go in. They're like, nope, you gotta pay. Go to another one, same thing. I go to stores, cafes, and no one would let me in.
I ended up going to the bathroom on the street, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of us, that's something that people don't talk about. If there are no bathrooms and it's after a certain hour, what do you do?
I mean, access to bathrooms should be like readily available and a right to everyone.
I wish that we could kind of follow what Europe does and get some paid bathrooms.
America is so fucking cooked across the board that even something as like innocuous as like the right to shit is like still completely relegated to the private sector, and of course they control it and don't let anybody use it.
You guys do have some drinking
fountains,
like
no one cares, and I think it is
have
ultimately.
Have I seen those around, or am I thinking of when I'm inside of a venue?
We have drinking fountains on like, not like super public. I mean, we have drinking fountains in like parks and stuff.
Okay.
The only one I've seen was that picture of the segregated one.
No. Our drinking fountains are no longer segregated. Okay. They have them in parks though.
Criminalize pouring on house people.
The United States public bathroom system is kind of helter-skelter because it's not 24 hours, because it's not really ran very well as far as, cleaning-wise, you know what I mean? Like, they're doing what they can.
To the mayor and to the authorities, it's not civilized. It's not civilized not to have bathrooms around accessible to the people.
So what's the deal with New York? In my research, I came across this report. New York City has only about 1,100 publicly accessible bathrooms. That means for the 8.5 million official residents of New York, there's only one bathroom for every 7,700 New Yorkers. Wow. And even the 1,100 bathrooms that do exist in the city...
That's an incredibly high number for the rest of America. Yeah. California's probably worse.
Sometimes look like this.
There was human fecal matter on top of the toilet seat.
Yeah, that's what our public house looked like.
Or this.
Holy God.
Yeah.
Okay. It is filled with many things that should not be in a toilet. Well, I guess those should be in a toilet, but...
Good God, it's generally not a pretty sight.
So we've happened upon an automated public toilet.
Oh, you have to pay to go in.
Those fumes are very, very strong.
So we've got ones like this as well for free.
They're free, a lot of them.
It looks really nice on the outside, but the smell is putrid.
I should say, though, there are some good ones. There's even a TikToker who keeps track of them.
The lack of accessible sanitary and public bathrooms in New York City has just become an unspoken truth, but we need to start talking about it.
My favorite is the one at Bryant Park.
Well, this is the first bathroom we have had to wait in a line for.
But that may be because it's managed by a private company.
That is by far one of the most amazing public bathrooms I have ever experienced.
How do they make money?
It felt like a hotel bathroom.
People
They have
pay
a
to
little
go
plastic cover on the toilet seat that articulates. It
Whoa!
is the pinnacle of human excrement release.
Still, no matter how you
ones
cut
are the
it,
automated
New York
ones
is
to play
very,
music
very
for
behind.
you.
And we're not even taking into account
They're
thousands of
crazy
taxi drivers
in
and
Asia,
delivery people
public
who rarely have a
bathrooms.
dependable option.
The lack
The
of
days and things.
public bathrooms. It's very hard for us,
Right.
We don't find any
China had so
bathroom.
many.
No place.
Yeah, they're all
for
squat toilets. They're all squat
drivers.
toilets.
I go one.
what?
They're all squat toilets.
Oh, dude, no way. No.
Dude, I had the worst
Bro, I'm
squat
literally
toilet.
triggered. Like, you just activated Turkish memories, dude.
Can I tell you my horrible experience? Like,
No,
It's kind of
please.
cute.
It's kind of cute, but it was
Squat toilets are the
probably the most
fucking
embarrassing
worst.
thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
Okay, let's
Oh, not
hear
that
it.
one. I was thinking about another one.
Well, I was like,
What do you keep track of his shits, dude? How do you know
No,
all
there was
those
a- there was
shit
a-
experiences?
No, I'll tell this one. Yeah. We got off the plane and like we were walking around looking for our hostel, and we couldn't find it.
In China?
Oh, I don't know
in
this
China, and it had been like 36 hours of not sleeping. So I found like just a public toilet, and I went in, and there was no separation between the squat toilets. So it was like a public squat toilet, and everyone else was just shitting.
What?
So I was like, I have no choice. So I like started squatting, and I started like pooing. And as I was doing that, this old man walks in smoking a cigarette, and he doesn't poo. He just stands in front of me, just smoking, looking at my eyes, and then just looking straight down, and then looking back up and straight down. And he stood there for like 5 minutes as I was shitting, and I was like fully red, and I was like, I can't look this man in the eyes. I'm shitting. And then I started to like freeze up, and I was having like an out of body experience. It was horrible. It was so bad. I thought it was kind of cute. No, it wasn't cute at all. It was so bad. I was like, this man's just watching me shit. It was so horrible.
Why did he do that?
I don't know.
I think it's you're a giant white dude in a place.
I'm a giant white dude there. We were the only white people there, and I was just like, I was just like, it was almost so traumatizing that it like released me from the boundaries of like shitting in public. It was so bad. It's like, this has happened. It's it. Oh, it was amazing.
You can't stop.
You can't stop.
Started already.
And he was like, I'm just going to watch. I'm going to watch. What's that guy been eating?
Oh, that's so bad. Oh my God. I just like,
I would eat next to you, but he didn't stop to look at me. He picked you. I was jealous.
You're mad. Yeah. Why didn't you look at my shit?
That's not fair. You always get all the attention.
So
oh, that's +1 victim of communism. Yeah, they put you on the wall, dude.
It's our poo.
No. There's too much poo talk.
He was a spotter in case you were going to fall over.
Yeah, he's like, this guy does not know how to squat.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, you can't pinch it at that point. You just got to commit.
Yeah.
I love squat toilets.
No, you don't.
Because I find it's just so much less gross. You're less contact.
No
with
shot.
disgusting
Doesn't
services.
squat over the regular one if you want to do that.
No, there are signs in Australia that says no squatting on the regular toilet.
Wait, don't put your feet on the fucking toilet, but you can still
you can
like,
hold stuff up. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, what? Like no contact.
I want to say why I really like it, but it's just a bit too gross.
Oh, grosser than his story? I doubt it. Go ahead.
You get like the best view of your own shit.
Yeah.
You get to see every part of it, like how it, like its structure, it's like how solid it is. Like you never get to see shit from that angle, and like. I'm curious to know because
I'm so glad you guys are leaving tonight. I take back everything I said, dude.
Aren't you curious though? Like, what if there's something wrong in your bowels and you want to like get to the bottom of it? I document all my poos, like.
You document all your poo
in my head. Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's what that one was like. That's probably
that's the worst, dude.
You're
there's
revealing way
wrong
too much information.
There's something wrong with you, dude. He said every poop tells a story.
It's true. It's true. What, are they agreeing?
No.
Are people agreeing, or people are just
the reality is every
does.
person goes, oh my God, it's better for your bowel movement. Like it's true, yes. That's why there's squatty potties, like where you can like kick your legs up. But ultimately, it is so fucking unimaginably like the Turkish hole shitters were so nasty.
Yeah, it gets pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I hated
People
like
miss
trying to aim too. Like it was just, you know, oh God.
It's a good workout though.
No, it's awful.
Oh, I had the craziest.
No, I just want to stop talking about poo.
No, it's just cool.
Well, let's finish this.
They give me ticket for $150.
$400 ticket?
Yeah.
And on top of that, there's nearly 50,000 homeless people in New York who have no place to go, especially when the few public bathrooms that do exist close after dark. Bathrooms are tied to a basic biological human function in all of us. So why are they so sorely lacking in America? I reached out to a ton of experts to try to get to the bottom of this.
He did it in the video intro that we shot this morning. Stop.
I document all my poos.
This can't just be your bit doing a funny face to the camera.
Well, you guys don't document your poos? I don't really understand. I don't know. Something's wrong with you guys.
It's so dumb. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
Do you reckon I could just do streaming just like this?
Don't stop doing it.
Stop. We're moving on. But also, if you're going to lose the joke.
Yeah, you gotta.
Here's what I learned. Until the 1800s, most bathrooms in the world were actually public,
shitter.
or at least shared. Private
You look
bathrooms
like a
were really a
constable.
luxury that only rich people could afford. And by bathroom, we're talking
like a Rin Tin Tin novel constable. You know what I mean?
Bullshitter.
Yeah. Yeah. It's me, the constable. I can't do it. I don't know how you do it, but
outhouses. Working class people in New York often shared one outhouse with a couple dozen neighbors. Of course, this lack of bathrooms also meant public urination.
This is when some cities began installing public urinals intended for the men.
As people started seeing the connection between human waste and diseases like cholera and typhoid, more public bathrooms just made sense. Bar bathrooms were also a thing back then. But for anti-alcohol activists who were part of the temperance movement, public bathrooms meant fewer men drinking and peeing in bars. And as the government moved to ban the public consumption and sale of alcohol in the 20s, U.S. cities rushed to build even more public bathrooms. But things took a dramatic turn in the 60s and 70s. In New York, the city's government nearly went bankrupt, so it enacted harsh budget cuts, specifically targeting public services. Public bathrooms cost a lot of money to maintain, so many were just shut down. And this became a trend throughout the country. In the South, public bathrooms were twice as expensive, since Jim Crow laws had mandated separate but equal facilities.
So they had to make double the amount of money.
Yeah, just once again, dude, white supremacy, major L, okay? For every reason, including like these guys were so racist that like they had to spend more money.
And they were willing to do it.
Yeah, they're like, nah, we'll do it anyway.
And black Americans. In big cities, public opinion had shifted against public bathrooms due to stories about crime, vandalism, drug use, and sexual encounters taking place inside.
And that's when you began to see the private sector filling in where the public sector was not providing for the public.
Wait, is that why Texas? Oh my God.
What?
Someone in the chat said Texas actually has 3 public bathrooms per 100,000 people versus California has 1 public bathroom per 100,000 people. So I guess that's the reason why Texas has more public bathrooms than California now, because they had doubled the number of fucking public bathrooms because they had segregated bathrooms.
Wow.
Oh my God. Okay, that's a W for racism there. Okay, gotta admit.
They didn't mean to, but
they had us in the first half. I thought like, well, what a bunch of idiots, but now they have more fucking bathrooms.
Geniuses.
Yeah, rare racism W, dude. Very incredibly, unimaginably rare.
And we see a wave of privatization and the elimination of a lot of government-provided services during Ronald Reagan's presidency, right?
There's a large, long-term public movement toward dialing back public services.
So you were soon left with privately owned department stores, food and drink establishments, and gas stations providing this public service. But privatizing bathrooms means you really only serve certain people.
There's also a class dimension to this. There's a judgment being made by the business owner about whether you deserve to use the bathroom.
And what about the paid public bathrooms that we used to have in the 70s? Europe has a lot of those.
Yeah, I've seen them in Europe.
In 1970, there were actually over 50,000 coin-operated bathrooms in the U.S. 10 years later, they almost all disappeared.
Why take them away?
What
Just
happened?
take away the
But they were pay restrooms. Well, you had to pay to use the stalls, but you didn't have to pay to use the urinals. In the 70s, the sort of growing feminist awareness led people to see this as very sexist. There was a feminist movement called the Committee to End.
What?
Sorry, I missed that. Why was that?
So they literally were like, all right, fuck it. We're taking it all away instead of making it free? What the fuck? No, it's just a weird.
What happened?
I don't know. It was like a weird thing of lint flying slowly.
Pay toilets.
That
was
is weird. Like, no.
instrumental in having protests
women
and
having them, no one
changing
gets them.
laws in order to end paid toilets to make restrooms free for everybody. But that turned public restrooms just into a really high cost for a city. The unintended consequence of that was public restrooms basically began to disappear for everybody.
Are they
And in
really
many
that
US
expensive
cities
to
and
run?
states
Surely.
today, paid toilets are still
Just the
illegal.
cleaning?
Yeah, cleaning. And it's also like
back
real
to New
estate.
York
Like
in
it's
2022.
valuable
I thought to myself,
thing
for such a
to
massive
area.
problem, is New York doing anything? The answer is yes. Well,
Yeah,
sort
they're
of.
like also.
In 1990, a group of
I don't know if you know this, but like we have police departments that are like the cost of the entire Australian military. So we got a lot of money that we need to spend on that instead.
The
You know,
US Police Department is the third biggest army in the world in terms of funding.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
they have
US Army.
They have a submarine.
Whoa.
The NYPD has a submarine.
For what?
Where's
the lake
nuclear
there
attacks or
Well, to be
something?
fair, I did mug someone at the bottom of the ocean once. That's true. It was really bad.
It's
But
a classic Australia moment, dude.
I was spearfishing, so I had this spear gun, and I saw this big grey fish. I was like, "Oh, this is so sick!" And I kind of went back, and you have to kind of dive down behind them and kind of sneak up to them. And the closer I got, I noticed it was someone's scuba tank. And there's just three guys turn around, and I'm just there about to kill them. It's horrible. Yeah.
Would you rob them
I
just a
took their scuba
G-Shock?
gear. Yeah. swam
They're
away.
dead now. That's murder.
Submarine would have stopped you though.
Yeah.
Homeless people filed a
Well, they
lawsuit
defunded the
against New
police in
York City
Australia,
over
so now I'm
limited
free to do
public
my
bathrooms.
Yeah,
The lawsuit
communism.
drew a lot of attention. In 1992, the city moved to install 6 sidewalk toilets with plans to order another 100.
Oh.
But then it all got bogged down
Did
by
that get
bureaucracy
turned into
and
like a
competing interests.
stall?
There it is, by the way. Anyone know what's happening? The one public toilet we have in downtown
Oh my
LA.
god.
What are they doing to it?
I don't know. I guess they're taking it out. It's done.
It looks like a food truck now.
In 2006, the city finally ordered 20 automated public toilets, APTs. But for some reason, only 5 were installed.
This is an example of government incompetence.
It's such an easy thing to do
inefficiency,
to make your
and
streets so
bureaucratic
much
obstacles.
nicer.
That's Manhattan Borough President Mark Levine. He's teamed up with City Council
Oh, I was wrong. NYPD has 6 submarines. Okay.
member Rita Joseph to pass a bill requiring these 2 agencies to carry out a study. That study would identify one location in each New York City zip code where they build a brand new public bathroom.
Whichever party you belong to, using the bathroom doesn't have any political affiliation.
But we are going to force this issue onto the agenda with this legislation.
It's like a hard issue to get behind too, because like you just look like you have IBS.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
shit a lot.
They're like,
Yeah.
damn, bro. Like,
Yeah,
what's
these guys
up?
do.
You got IBS, dog? Like,
What's
you
the matter?
have to shit in public all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to admit it.
So sad. Like,
I don't shit ever.
it's like who's gonna be the brave Japanese politician that says we need to uncensor the dicks? You know? Like, it makes the most sense, and it would have a lot of public support, but like no one wants to be the guy.
Yeah,
Everyone's gonna be
yeah.
like, oh, you want to see the fucking dicks and pussies, dude? Like,
you dedicate,
kind of
you have-
gay.
You have to dedicate your life to that one cause.
Yeah.
You are not a New Yorker if you haven't been caught out there, not able to find a bathroom.
No,
Other
that's
cities
a good-
around the
he
country
does
and
it
the
well.
world have figured this out. It's not that complicated.
It's a human rights
No.
issue. I've lived abroad and studied abroad, and there's always been public bathrooms whenever I go to these European cities. We need to do the same model.
And then we headed inside for a city council hearing.
This is like the staircase at the Titanic.
Not the most exciting thing. But as I sat there, it was clear that everyone agreed this was an important issue. So how does New York and the US at large dig itself out of this problem? Well, obviously building more bathrooms is one answer. Yes, they're pricey. One estimate holds that each new traditional public bathroom could cost New York as much as $5 million.
That much?
But there's also cheaper high-tech options
In
that are
New York
emerging.
real estate.
Oh, so that's why it's the land that's more
Portland, Oregon
important
is
than the
another
actual
one.
plumbing.
Portland Loo is a street-side bathroom you can place anywhere. It's got an open-air
They have these
design
in
and there's blue
Amsterdam,
light
too.
to prevent people from
So
identifying their veins,
we've actually got
which,
these ones
well,
in Sydney,
yeah.
which
And
are
then there other
completely
solutions, like
portable.
What?
They're portable ones, but they're like you can 8 guys can piss at once all next to each other, so you can. It's a really high turnover rate. And they just bring them out when people are going clubbing, so people don't piss on the streets.
Yeah, see, they put blue light in there so they fucking stop you from doing heroin in there,
the
too.
sort of private
They ruin everything.
partnership that some
Yeah.
European cities have, where they pay private businesses in exchange for them opening their bathrooms up to the public. But relying on the private sector means you can't guarantee this basic service to every single person.
Today I went to about like 25 different businesses, mostly restaurants.
Hi, do you guys have a bathroom? You guys have a bathroom? You guys have a bathroom?
For the most part, they let me in to use their bathrooms.
And then make a right.
Amazing, thank you.
But there is something that was happening which kind of threw me off a little bit, which was that every time I asked them if I could use their bathroom, they would kind of take a little moment to like look at me and then assess whether I'm like worthy. And that got me thinking about like if
What does blue light do to heroin? Bro, it's pretty explanatory. They already mentioned it in the video. You can't identify your veins.
I did not look the way I did, if I didn't talk the way I did, if I didn't dress the way that I did, if my skin color was different. These sorts of things may have had an impact on their decision.
What have you never done heroin before? What the fuck,
The whole
loser?
point of having public services is to
What an
ensure
L,
that
dude.
Come on, live a little.
can use that service.
We're just kidding.
Yeah,
He means live a little, like by
not
not
enough
doing
for someone
heroin.
to just
He means live a little, like spend $5 not on heroin but on a subscription so you don't see the top of the hour ad break.
That's what I meant.
You know what I mean? That's what he meant actually, because at the top of the hour there's a 3-minute ad break, and if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, or by getting gifted a sub. Can't get heroin for only $5.
You could get a very small amount.
Yeah. Anyway, here's a 3-minute ad break now.
For most people, it has to work for everyone.
What do people who are critical of this move? I can't imagine who would not want
There
to
is
have
one narrative out there.
Please tell me.
Which is that this will attract homeless people. I
Oh, it
completely
already
reject
exists.
that.
It's
If
not-
someone is unhoused living in the street, if they have no facility, they're going to go in the open, which no one wants. And therefore, we're charging forward for the good of everybody.
It's because people
Hey
don't want to
guys,
have to
thanks for
interact
watching.
with
So-
homeless people.
Yeah.
So they're just like, we don't want to be in the same place. They can stay in the street
They
corner.
literally don't want to like shit in the same toilet a homeless person shit.
Yeah.
Like, which is crazy.
At least when they were racist, they were building just other toilets. If you had like a non-homeless toilet and a homeless toilet,
It would at least create toilets.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, Americans do fucking absolutely despise